The origin of the tailed beasts. The story of the tailed beasts begins long before the ninja villages, with the Otsutsuki clan. Kaguya Otsutsuki, the first person to wield chakra on Earth, consumed the fruit of the god tree and became a being of unmatched power. When her hunger for control drove her to enslave humanity, her two sons, Hagoromo and Hamura, rose against her. In the final battle, Kaguya fused with the god tree itself, transforming into the monstrous 10 Tails. Its power threatened to consume the entire world. The brothers fought and sealed it away, but Hagoromo, later known as the Sage of Six Paths, realized its chakra was too dangerous to remain whole. Using his Rinnegan, he split the beast into 9 separate entities, each one a living mass of chakra with its own will, power, and form. Hagoromo treated these beings as children, giving them names and teaching them about the world. In time, humans came to see the tailed beasts not as children of the sage, but as weapons to be captured and sealed. That clash between their origins and their fate shaped their entire history. Shukaku the One-Tail. Shukaku is the first of the 9-tailed beasts created from the chakra of the 10 Tails. Its form resembles a massive tanuki, or raccoon dog, with jagged markings across its body that look like tattoos. Unlike some of the others, Shukaku's body is made of sand, giving it a rugged and unstable appearance that reflects its volatile personality. Shukaku was originally sealed within a priest from the hidden sand to protect the village, but its most famous host was Gaara of the Sand, who inherited it before birth. This jinchūriki bond defined much of Gaara's childhood, as Shukaku's overwhelming influence made him unstable, violent, and feared even within his own village. In battle, Shukaku is one of the most destructive of the tailed beasts. It can manipulate sand on a massive scale, both offensively and defensively, and it wields magnet release, which lets it harden and control minerals mixed with sand. Its sealing marks are particularly dangerous, capable of immobilizing enemies and locking away their chakra. Personality-wise, Shukaku is arrogant, hot-tempered, and prone to mocking both allies and enemies. It harbors a deep hatred for humans, largely because of how often it was treated as a weapon. However, despite its cruel and prideful nature, it isn't without intelligence or wit, often taunting opponents in battle. Over time, Gaara learned to live with the beast sealed inside him, and after the Fourth Great Ninja War, Shukaku's relationship with humanity, especially with Naruto, softened. While it may never be as warm as some of the other tailed beasts, Shukaku remains a crucial part of the balance that Hagoromo intended. Matatabi, the Two Tails. Matatabi is the second of the tailed beasts, taking the form of a massive, fiery blue cat with 2 long tails. Its body is wreathed in bright, ghostly flames, giving it the appearance of a yokai or supernatural fire spirit from Japanese folklore. Among all the beasts, Matatabi's design is one of the most striking, with its blazing aura making it both beautiful and terrifying on the battlefield. Its most well-known jinchūriki was Yugito Ni of the Hidden Cloud Village. Yugito was highly skilled at controlling Matatabi's power, to the point where she could partially transform and use its abilities in combat. This made her one of the Hidden Cloud's strongest kunoichi, and a living weapon for her village. Matatabi's power lies in its mastery of blue fire, flames hotter and more destructive than ordinary fire release. It uses this in combination with its incredible agility, darting across the battlefield with the speed and ferocity of a giant predator. The combination of overwhelming flames and feline reflexes makes Matatabi one of the most dangerous tailed beasts in close combat. Personality-wise, Matatabi is fierce but honorable. It's not as openly hostile toward humans as Shukaku, and it shows a degree of loyalty and cooperation with those it respects. Even when captured by the Akatsuki, Matatabi carried itself with a sense of dignity rather than rage or despair. Through Yugito and later through its interactions with Naruto, Matatabi's role highlights the idea that the tailed beasts are more than just weapons. They're conscious beings with pride and spirit, shaped by how they're treated by their hosts. Isobu the Three Tails. Isobu the Three Tails takes the form of a massive turtle-like creature with 3 large spiked tails and a shell covered in jagged protrusions. Its appearance makes it one of the most heavily armored of the tailed beasts, built more for defense than agility. Isobu's most well-known host was Yagura Karatachi, the 4th Mizukage of the Hidden Mist Village. Under his rule, the village gained a reputation for brutality, though it was later revealed that Yagura was under manipulation by outside forces. This connection made Isobu infamous, as the beast was tied not only to raw power, but also to political chaos. In battle, Isobu specializes in water-based abilities. It can generate massive tidal waves, breathe underwater, and release shockwaves from its body. One of its most unusual abilities is the creation of coral structures, which it can use to trap and immobilize enemies. Combined with its spiked shell, Isobu is extremely difficult to injure, making it one of the most resilient of the tailed beasts. Personality-wise, Isobu is timid and somewhat skittish compared to its siblings. It avoids conflict when possible, retreating into its shell as a defense mechanism. This makes it unique among the tailed beasts, since it doesn't actively seek out battle or dominance. Despite its more passive nature, Isobu's power was still coveted by villages and organizations like the Akatsuki. Its role as Yagura's beast and its eventual capture demonstrated how even the most withdrawn of the tailed beasts could still be caught in humanity's cycle of violence. Son Goku, the Four-Tails. Son Goku, the Four-Tails, is a massive ape-like beast covered in red fur with a face resembling a baboon and 4 long tails that sway behind it. Its design directly references the mythical Monkey King, Sun Wukong, from Chinese folklore, which is also where its name originates. Son Goku's most well-known jinchūriki was Roshi of the Hidden Stone Village. Unlike many hosts, Roshi wandered the world, learning and experiencing life outside of his village. This gave him a broader perspective, though it also left him estranged from his homeland. His travels reflected Son Goku's own independence and pride. In battle, Son Goku is known for its immense physical strength, easily overpowering even other tailed beasts in raw power. Its signature ability is Lava Release, a combination of fire and earth chakra that allows it to create streams of molten rock. This power can reshape the battlefield entirely, melting through defenses and overwhelming enemies with devastating force. Unlike the more hostile or timid beasts, Son Goku shows a clear sense of wisdom and dignity. It values respect above all else and dislikes being treated as a mere tool. When speaking with Naruto during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Son expressed its distaste for how humans had enslaved the tailed beasts, but acknowledged Naruto's sincerity in trying to see them as individuals. Son Goku's role highlights the divide between humans and the tailed beasts. While it was sealed, hunted, and used as a weapon, it maintained a strong will and sense of identity. Its connection with Roshi, though strained, and its later conversations with Naruto showed that respect and recognition could bridge the gap between humanity and these powerful beings. Kokuō, the Five Tails. Kokuō is the 5th of the tailed beasts, with a large quadruped body covered in white fur, 5 long spiked tails, and a blunt, smooth face that resembles a dolphin. 2 sharp horns jut out from its head, giving it a strange but imposing appearance. Its most well-known jinchūriki was Han of the Hidden Stone Village, a towering shinobi often seen wearing steam-powered armor. With Kokuō's strength, Han became feared for his overwhelming charges and raw physical power. Kokuō's defining ability is Boil Release, a rare chakra nature that combines fire and water to produce superheated steam. This power lets it boost its strength and speed in sudden explosive bursts, turning its charges into devastating assaults that can break through even a tailed beast's defenses. What sets Kokuō apart is its temperament. Unlike the prideful Son Goku or the hostile Shukaku, Kokuō is gentle and submissive, often avoiding conflict and yielding to its host's control. But this docility masks a hidden danger. When pushed, it can unleash its boiling chakra with terrifying results. This contrast between its quiet demeanor and destructive potential makes Kokuō one of the most paradoxical of the tailed beasts, a sleeping giant of both patience and power. Saiken, the Six Tails. Saiken is the 6th of the tailed beasts, taking the form of a massive white slug with 6 long tails. Its body is soft and rounded, covered in a sticky mucus that constantly oozes from its skin. Compared to its siblings, Saiken's design is more amorphous and unsettling, standing out as one of the least animal-like of the tailed beasts. Its most well-known jinchūriki was Utakata of the Hidden Mist Village, a wandering shinobi who tried to escape the life of constant fighting. Their bond reflected a mutual desire for peace, though both were eventually pulled into the larger conflict when the Akatsuki captured Saiken. Saiken's abilities revolve around its slug-like physiology. It can produce corrosive alkaline slime and gas, which dissolve barriers and incapacitate enemies on contact. The mucus also coats its body, making physical attacks risky for anyone who engages it directly. Combined with its natural elasticity, Saiken can absorb heavy strikes and even slip through places a beast of its size shouldn't be able to. Personality-wise, Saiken is surprisingly gentle and cooperative, lacking the malice of beasts like Shukaku or Kurama. While it doesn't actively seek out humans, it shows little hostility toward them when treated with respect. This makes Saiken one of the more approachable of the tailed beasts, even if its slimy appearance suggests otherwise. Saiken's uniqueness lies in this contradiction. Its form is unsettling and corrosive, but within it resides one of the kindest natures of Hagoromo's creations. Chomei, the Seven Tails. Chomei is one of the most unusual of the tailed beasts, resembling a massive insect with beetle-like wings and a tail structure that splits into 7 appendages. Its body is armored in a blue-green shell, and its large compound eyes give it a distinctly insectoid presence compared to the more mammalian shapes of its siblings. When it takes flight, its wings produce a constant buzzing hum, earning it the nickname Lucky 7 Chomei. Its most well-known jinchūriki was Fu of the Hidden Waterfall Village, a cheerful kunoichi who stood out for her optimistic personality. Fu's bright, upbeat nature influenced her bond with Chomei, making theirs one of the most positive jinchūriki beast relationships in the series. Unlike many jinchūriki who were isolated or feared, Fu's connection with Chomei carried an unusual sense of camaraderie. Chomei's powers reflect its insect-like traits. It can fly at high speeds, granting it unmatched mobility among the tailed beasts. It also releases a special scale powder from its wings, which disrupts vision and can overwhelm enemies in swarms, much like a cloud of toxins. Combined with its natural armor and aerial advantage, Chomei is one of the hardest-tailed beasts to pin down in combat. In terms of personality, Chomei is remarkably friendly and upbeat, mirroring Fu's own outlook on life. It often speaks with energy and positivity, in stark contrast to the bitterness or caution shown by many of the other beasts. This made it one of the easiest for Naruto to connect with during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Chomei represents a rare side of the tailed beasts, one that embraces its existence with joy rather than resentment. Its bright energy and insectoid form set it apart, both visually and in spirit, from the rest of Hagoromo's creations. Gyūki, the Eight Tails. Gyūki is the 8th of the tailed beasts, taking the form of a massive ox with the lower body of an octopus. Its 4 ox-like legs support a hulking frame, while 8 powerful tentacles extend from its body, giving it both strength on land and reach in battle. Its design makes it one of the most intimidating and versatile of all the tailed beasts. Its most well-known jinchūriki is Killer Bee of the Hidden Cloud Village, a shinobi as famous for his rapping as for his unmatched skill in battle. Bee's bond with Gyuki is unique among jinchūriki. Instead of being hostile or forced into submission, the two developed a relationship built on trust and mutual respect. This partnership allowed Bee to access Gyuki's full power while maintaining control, making him one of the most effective jinchūriki in history. In combat, Gyuki is known for its immense physical power. Its tentacles can crush enemies and block attacks, while its sheer durability rivals any of its siblings. What makes it especially distinct, however, is its ability to produce and manipulate ink, which it uses for smokescreens, binding seals, and even writing. Combined with its size and brute strength, Gyuki is both a defensive wall and an offensive powerhouse. Personality-wise, Gyuki is level-headed and pragmatic. While it doesn't share Chomei's cheerful optimism, it is far from Shukaku's hostility. Gyuki often acts as the voice of reason for Killer Bee, providing advice and perspective in addition to its strength. This cooperative nature is what made their bond so effective, standing in contrast to the many jinchūriki who struggled against their beasts. Gyuki's significance lies not only in its power, but in how it demonstrates the ideal relationship between a jinchūriki and their beast, one built on trust, balance, and partnership, rather than fear or dominance. Kurama the Nine-Tails. Kurama is the most infamous of the tailed beasts, taking the form of a gigantic fox with 9 flowing tails. Its red-orange fur, piercing eyes, and overwhelming chakra made it the most feared of Hagoromo's creations. Of all the beasts, Kurama carried the strongest presence in shinobi history, often referred to simply as the Nine-Tails. Kurama's legacy is closely tied to the Hidden Leaf Village. It was sealed within multiple hosts, beginning with Mito Uzumaki, then Kushina Uzumaki, and most famously, Naruto Uzumaki. The night of Naruto's birth, Kurama was released by Obito Uchiha and unleashed upon the village, resulting in the deaths of Minato and Kushina as they sacrificed themselves to seal it into their son. From that moment, Kurama became both a curse and the defining force of Naruto's life. Kurama's power is unmatched among the tailed beasts. Its chakra reserves are colossal, allowing it to heal its host, create enormous shockwaves of raw energy, and dwarf most other creatures in strength. When Naruto learned to cooperate with Kurama, he accessed new forms like Kurama Mode, enhancing his speed, power, and sensory abilities far beyond human limits. Unlike the other beasts with niche abilities like lava or boil release, Kurama's power lies in its sheer volume of chakra and its ability to amplify its jinchūriki to godlike levels. For much of its life, Kurama was filled with bitterness and hatred toward humanity. Being feared, hunted, and used as a weapon convinced it that humans could never be trusted. This made its early bond with Naruto antagonistic, as the beast constantly sought to overwhelm and escape its young host. But through Naruto's persistence and empathy, Kurama gradually softened, eventually choosing to stand beside him not as a prisoner, but as a partner. Kurama's arc represents the central theme of the tailed beasts. They were never meant to be weapons, but companions. Its journey from hatred to trust and its bond with Naruto turned the most feared of Hagoromo's creations into one of the greatest protectors of the shinobi world. The 10 Tails, Jubi. The 10 Tails is the origin of all the tailed beasts, a monstrous fusion of Kaguya Otsutsuki and the God Tree. When Kaguya consumed the chakra fruit and was later sealed by her sons, Hagoromo and Hamura, her body merged with the God Tree, creating the Jubi as her final form. Its appearance is grotesque, a giant, eyeless creature with a single Rinna Sharingan on its head, and a body that constantly shifts, radiating overwhelming chakra. Unlike the 9 separate beasts Hagoromo would later create, the 10 Tails was mindless, destructive, and godlike in scale. It could create cataclysms with a single movement, its chakra dwarfing anything else in existence. Its most devastating power was the ability to create truth-seeking orbs, condensed spheres of chakra capable of erasing anything they touched. Hagoromo and Hamura defeated the Jubi in their battle against Kaguya and sealed it away. To prevent its power from destroying the world again, Hagoromo split its chakra into 9 separate entities, birthing the tailed beasts we've gone through. Its husk, the Gedo statue, was sealed on the moon by Hamura. But the Jubi's story didn't end there. Centuries later, Madara Uchiha and Obito sought to revive it, believing they could harness its power to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi and trap the world in an illusion of peace. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, the 10 Tails was resurrected, becoming the central threat of the conflict until it was sealed once more. The 10 Tails represents both the beginning and the end, the primal force from which the tailed beasts were born, and the ultimate danger if they are ever reunited. Where its children have individual personalities and wills, the Jubi is nothing but destruction given form. Like, subscribe, and check out other videos on this channel.